The Vagabonds. That was so
Y'all,
clearly Jock Jams.
y'all ready for this?
Oh, we're
What?
live. Watch now.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
live?
Oh, yeah. Let's all talk so Az can do the sound test there.
Yeah.
All right.
Shoobity
Sound
doop.
test.
One time I
Bum
went to
bum
San
bum bum
Diego.
bum
Wait,
bum
hang
bum
on.
bum
Let me
bum 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 bum.
wait, because I'm hearing you in.
Oh yeah, you'll have to mute your
Sound
output
test.
from Zoom. I guess. But yeah, that would work.
One time I went to last year I went to
I
San
now
think
you're-
Diego.
that I'm
yeah.
hearing everybody.
Okay, sweet.
That was so chaotic for a second there. Could you see my face be like, oh my God? I was overwhelmed. I was in overload mode.
Oh, I hear you on that one. One time
I
went to San Diego last year when San Diego Comic Con was happening, and I saw it
Oh,
across.
did you see me?
I doubt
Sorry,
it.
keep going.
There's only 100,000 people there. No big deal.
I literally I saw it from I could see the convention center from like across the Delta. I was like, this is the closest I'm ever gonna get to SDCC because those tickets are expensive.
They are. Yeah. No, they are. I waited in line 3 hours to meet Jamie Lee Curtis, and then I still didn't make it in.
Mm.
It was for her comic book, though, so it wasn't stricken. I was fine. I was following the strike.
Wait, hold on. She has Jamie Lee Curtis has a Comic Con. I don't know Comic Con. Jamie
Had a
Lee
comic
Curtis
book.
had a
Yeah,
comic
I'll
book.
send you the info. She put out a comic
Please.
book.
That sounds
That's so
fantastic.
cool.
Yeah.
Dang. No, but by the way, 3 hours. I could not spend. Hello, boyfriend online, San Diego.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Heyo.
Hey, and thank you for the follow. Appreciate it.
Wait, that's not just Ash running.
Don't
As-
worry about it.
As
It's our first hacking.
Wait, I just realized that my name in Zoom is also Brian right now. That's really funny. I'm leaving it. Whatever.
Well, welcome to Omniversal Escapades, everyone. Appreciate you all for being here. I got on a whole thing about San Diego Comic Con, a thing I will never. Yeah, I could tell this isn't as, by the way, because it says so in the chat that this isn't as.
And nobody can lie on the internet.
Exactly.
Oh, that's in the show talk. Could you put
no.
that in the stream chat just so the listener will know?
Oh no!
Oh, you're on Twitch.
It's
Never
a-
mind.
Yeah,
it's
that's
a
the
comment on
Twitch chat.
Twitch.
Thank you for this production moment. We'll,
Beep-a-doop-bop.
I should probably monitor that as well.
We all appreciate you all for being here. I got a whole spiel I normally do, so let's get into that real quick. Thank you for the Discord, the Discord post of Boyfriend Online, who's totally not as just thumbsing up for the heck of it.
Yeah, I thumbs up to thank Brian for that.
Yeah, Brian, thank you, Brian. You totally consented to following us on twitch.tv/Omniversal Escapades.
Yeah.
Let me stand up the tweet. There you go. All right.
Yeah, I gotta retweet that.
Cool. Retweeting time.
Not as has infiltrated. Yes. All right. All right. So let me do my little thing here. Welcome to Omniversal Escapades. We are your host for the show. I am the Dungeon Master for this adventure. And if you remember last season, we played Monster of the Week. This time we're playing Dungeons and Dragons because much like a television show, eventually we'll have a musical episode. Every actual play show will eventually have a Dungeons and Dragons season. So that's just how it works. Our X's meaning that we do not bring them in the campaign, or children in peril, depiction of gore, or in slavery and sexual assault. We do not bring those in. And our veils meaning we just allude to or fade to black our body horror and feces. I want to thank everyone for being here today, including our host. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you for those who can't see. I did a thing with my hand.
And we were playing.
I'm not going to explain it any more than that.
No, you did great. Thanks, gang.
It was kind of like a tip of the hat for the listener.
It was. It was
Yeah.
very
But it was
jaunty.
also like mixed with a bow. It was
a
very...
bit Renaissance, you know.
Our friend XB says, "But poop is funny."
Look,
It
XB,
is.
you're
But there's
not wrong.
there's such a thing as too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
Also, welcome XB. I can't speak today. Welcome XB. Yes, and poop is funny. All right, so our campaign, in case you missed the first episode, is a somewhat cowboy themed Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Let's go ahead and get into this with a quick recap. If I do not remember anything, please feel free to, much like any other nerd occupation, interrupt me and tell me what I missed or got wrong. So we began the first session by you all dropping down onto a speeding train. From there, you proceeded to fight and talk and lie your way through basically getting the scepter that you had found, which through a nice bit of history roll turned out to be the scepter of the immortal Grand High Cleric King. I gotta work on that title name because that's awkward. I'm very much abridging it here, but yeah, that's more or less what happened, including lying through at one point them trying to lie through their way through a dining cart before like chopping a dude's hand off. Does that sound right? Like I've studied spacing on that one.
It seems like something that we did.
Did someone get
Oh,
Luke
we did that a
Skywalkered?
few weeks ago. I feel like we didn't do that this campaign.
Oh yeah,
Let's
chopping
see.
someone's...
Famously did it in the last one.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I put it in my pocket.
Yeah.
Someone got Skywalkered.
There was Gary smashed a guy with a morning star, dead.
Mhm.
Ven stabbed a guy.
Yeah. Whole
We
bunch
got
of
the
arrows.
goon to surrender.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a couple cool moments, like whenever Gary, played by Az, managed to like break apart the different carts with his bare hands.
And I rolled so good on it that you just gave it to me.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt.
Famously.
I like our Archer, his name. Why am I forgetting names suddenly of the characters?
Susie Ann.
Thank you, Susie Ann. Like sniped a person from up top the car, which is not an easy thing to do.
Mm-mm.
And then you honestly you did pretty good about fighting on top of the cars. I just in general.
I just love using my hoopok.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we had a possible show title for that. Busting out a can of hoopok.
Yeah. And I'm if memory serves, we made a pretty good to the window to the wall joke about your hoopok as well.
We attempted one for sure. I don't remember what the end result was.
Yeah.
Let's see. I liked some of the show titles you tossed out there, Jeff. It was Earning Our Yeehaws.
Yeah.
Dean's Invisible Cup. Yep. Biting the Desert. There we go. Busting out a can of hoopak, as you said. And a good choice.
Yeah, I can't remember what the good. I think it was somebody going, "Please don't kill me," and giving up.
Yeah, yeah. I put the scepter and the bill of sale that we got in my inventory, by the way.
That was
Fair.
the other bit. During their time, Gary was digging through the train car and found a bill of sale for information. The name on it, which was written down and given to me by Jeff, was
it was from
Nussbaum.
Sal
Yeah.
Nussbaum's Secrets Emporium.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go and pick up basically where we left off, which
I just got a pop-up on D&D Beyond that said short rest taken. You've completed a short rest. I did that a long time ago.
I just wanted to let you know. It takes a short rest to get a short rest.
Yeah, you know, they gotta make
Didn't
sure.
Wait,
take
it
a full
just
4 hours,
popped up
but-
again. Why is it doing this?
Probably because you clicked it a second time because it was slow.
Okay. Interesting.
Look, I'm not a cop.
At least that's a thing I do a lot.
You know, Dungeons and Dragons make such great products. They're never janky or easily broken
No.
or anything like
Thank you
that.
so much to Wizards of the
I say that. Like, if we ever, like, this will probably never happen, but if we ever got sponsors for that, I'm like, well, I like them now because they gave us money.
Thank you, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Waverly Place. Also, real quick, I brought it up in chat, but there is a telenovela style TTRPG, and I'm not saying we should play that one of these days as a one shot,
I
but
am.
sound like fun. Okay. Also one I'm going to refer to as Sexy Doctor role playing game because it's basically like every like medical drama in existence. So
we're going Grey's Anatomy-ing.
yeah, or ER, or I can't think of any others right now.
I call
A
Clooney.
couple of Chicago Hopes are coming back next season on NBC, but they're not renewing Quantum Leap, which sucks.
Are they renewing Frasier?
Take to the streets.
Welcome to the Quantum Leap. Welcome to the NBC. Shit.
Bashcast?
Yeah.
The NBC review cast.
This is a call to action.
Yeah.
Yes, listener, go to your phones and letters and let them know.
Call
that
your
show is
local
amazing.
representatives.
Let them know Quantum Leap should stay on the air.
Also cancel
World
Frasier
wants more Ben
because
song.
No.
I am
Uncancel
Googling
Frasier.
now. I am now Googling Quantum Leap role-playing game. Get that
We
going
have to keep
sometime.
Frasier on the air. I've met that guy. Hang on, I'm gonna find that picture for you, actually.
Wait, you're not joking? You actually met Kelsey Grammer?
Oh yeah. I have a picture with him.
One
What?
should never joke about meeting Kelsey Grammer.
You met Sideshow Bob? You know, the
Of
well-known
course.
Sideshow Bob actor?
Hang on.
I mean, if he's not from Sideshow Bob, I also know him from his Down Periscope movie.
That's all he's ever done.
You actually met
That's gonna
Kelsey
show
Grammer.
up on stream in a second here.
Holy shit. And you're wearing a Carly Rae Jepsen shirt.
I am, yeah.
As you should be.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Everything about this photo is interesting.
He called me a very bright young man. And he said he was delighted to meet me.
Thank you, Kelsey.
That's great.
Yeah. Anyway. let's play
Also, a Star
game.
Trek luminary. That interests me as a Treksman.
Yeah.
Look, I like the series, and the tabletop game is fun. It is such a chunky game. I have played the Star Trek game. It is so chunky.
It's very fun.
Are you talking about the role-playing game or one of those online things?
Both, technically. I played the MMO and
Star
the
Trek Adventures?
Yeah, I played the RPG and the MMO. And
I love the RPG, but the first 100 and some odd pages are all lore before you ever get to character creation. It's amazing.
hey, RPG creators. Hey, RPG creators. You're not supposed to do that. Hold up. Pause the show. Pause the show. I'm not just saying that to be mean, but there's like a million fucking RPGs out there that give you like 1/3 of the book is your lore. Fuck off. Give me the character creation. The lore is the background. Give me the index. That's at the end. Don't make me go through like 20 chapters just to figure out how to play the damn game. Sorry.
I need to also tell you, I think it's a problem with licensed games because Dragon Age and The Expanse do something similar, but there's no way it's 100 pages.
And one of the games my first group used to want to play all the time was called World of Darkness, and yes, it's as edgy as it sounds. It was the 2000s. I have no excuses. Anyway, and it like a good chunk of the book is basically just lore. I'm like, can you just tell me how to make the character, please? Can you tell me how to play
see,
this
Dungeons and Dragons would put out supplements, Dwarves Handbook and so
Yeah,
on.
you get to pay an extra $30 to learn the lore.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they give it to you for free. Well, I mean, as part of the package, but right up front, maybe a little too much. I like to get right into a game and then figure out the rules.
Fair.
Give me the framework before you show me what the house looks like.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna go on tangents. I have opinions on.
Now we're going on tangents.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all game design chat now, folks. Get ready.
Welcome to our game design show / NBC criticism show. No.
I thought you were about to say our friend Christian's name.
NPC
Christian.
NPC Christian show.
Yes. I thought maybe your friend Christian worked at NPC, in which case I would like to tell Christian to bring back Quantum Leap.
Jeff, to my knowledge, he doesn't work at NBC, but if he does, I'll pass the word on.
Sure thing. And you, listener,
I'll
if you're
post in his Discord real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, get wrecked. Save.
Quantum Leap will be brought back by viewers like you.
All right. Is there anything I forgot on the recap? I'm going to go on a side tangent if I don't. Is there anything else I forgot about the recap?
Oh, let me check down here. Gary threw a guy off a train.
That was cool.
No, you pretty much got it.
All right. Bring back Quantum Leap.
So in the chat, Az wrote to that person,
NPC Christian, bring back Quantum Leap, please.
Yeah.
Hang on, I can tag him on Twitch too.
Cool. Let me know how that turns out.
Oh, he's not following us.
Oh no.
I feel like he deserves at least a shout out if we're gonna make a joke about it on stream.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Quick shout out to
NPC
Christian.
Brian beat me to it. Brian said it.
Yeah, that was totally Brian. Yeah. Thank you, Brian.
Hey, do you think we should play a game?
Yeah.
Never.
What I find exciting is that all of us are on a program of going to friends' houses, signing into their Discords and things, and following our own show. This is great.
If I could say, because this will be on YouTube later, Tess just posted hashtag bring back Quantum Leap, but she didn't put the hashtag, like the number symbol. You wrote out hashtag bring back Quantum Leap. Thank you, Tess. I
want everyone to be exactly clear what I'm saying here.
There you go. I will say this, in real life, when someone says hashtag and they mean to hashtag something that's meant to be trending, like someone goes like hashtag blessed, but in real life it does annoy me. I just,
how else are you gonna get a hashtag going? Come on.
Yeah, would you prefer I went?
Yeah, I have to do this every time I say hashtag. I go hashtag.
Or just don't.
Bring back Quantum Leap.
Or say that you feel blessed or whatever stupid fucking thing.
The hashtag I came up with for Quantum Leap was Hannah Lives, but nobody will get that unless they've seen season 2. So
watch season 2 of Quantum Leap on Peacock, streaming now.
And then
that's right.
Go online
until they cut it down for
Hannah
tax
Lives.
purposes.
Yeah. They pull a max. All right. I will go on more tangents. Thank you.
I've got 3 more planned.
Thank you, Josh, for hashtag watch season 2 of Quantum Leap now streaming on Peacock.
Who is Josh?
Excuse me. Brian. I meant to say Brian. I literally made I was thinking of the like event a few years ago where a bunch of Joshes got together to like duke it out for there can only be one Josh.
Josh Empire, yep.
That's
Josh
crazy.
Empire.
I was just talking about that with my partner yesterday.
I think about that a lot, actually.
It is rent free in our minds.
Yeah.
All right. I will stop. I will go on many tangents. So, You all hijack the tail end of the train. That's the one part. Is the last few cars were hijacked in order to stop the spinning train. Um, you all grabbed your items and then took over the caboose, which Jeff was kind enough to inform me is how they moved the back of the train. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was a separate engine. I thought it was just a storage compartment. You learn something new every day about trains, I guess. Um, Hashtag you learn something new about trains every day.
Now, I don't know if it's something you can turn on really quickly. You probably need a coal
Yeah, you
guy.
gotta start it and then.
But yeah.
I mean,
It'll take us a minute.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian, for hashtag you learn something new about trains every day.
That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, Brian's killing it with these hashtags.
All right. I'm not gonna make you. I'm not gonna for the show's sake. I know we've gone on a lot of tangents. I'm not gonna make you spend like 10 minutes explaining to me how you're gonna make the caboose start, get the thing. I'm just gonna say you got it going. All right, we're
Gotcha.
good.
Train go.
Train go now. You're taking the midnight train to Georgia. No, all right.
Come on,
It's
ride the
going
train
anywhere.
and ride it.
To
It's going where our
Georgia.
horses are.
So you get it going, and you take it back down the track, to the town in which where you had received the mission, to the town of Yellowbird. That's it. That's this name. I put too much emphasis at the end. Is the name of
You
it's
did.
the name of the town is Yellowbird. Is a town that, well, it is connected by train, so it is doing better some other towns because it has some commerce going through it. It is not doing well economically. This is one of the few towns that cannot grow crops. So basically, it's a ranch town. There's a lot of animals being farmsteaded here. What is this?
We got some hot sauce in the chat.
What's this? Yep, Yellowbird.
Hot sauce in chat.
Thank you, Az.
It's a good sauce, yeah.
I've not had this.
I do like Yellowbird. They make good sauce.
It's no aardvark, but it is good.
We're just
Aardvark
naming
makes
animals.
a good sauce.
I have
do.
to ask, are you just naming animals to hope that I don't know
No,
what you're
that's
talking about?
that's a real sauce.
Okay,
You wait
cool.
20 seconds. Anyway, you keep talking.
It's like in the next few months, like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Tree Frog's Verde sauce.
You say it and it's gonna exist in a week. That's
Probably,
a separate
probably.
thing.
Is poison arrow venom shelf stable?
TM, real quick, TM. In case it doesn't exist yet. You take it back. The town is not doing well economically. It's mostly a ranch town, but it's kind of on the outskirts of the better parts of civilization. It is considered like the main, not the main branch, but one of the bigger. There's an aardvark hot sauce. Well, you learn something new every day about trades and hot sauce. Uh, wow, that if we ever convert that to an audio podcast, this last 20 minutes is gonna make no damn
It's
sense.
a mess.
So
we're in Yellowbird.
Well, you're in Yellowbird. Is, like I said, not doing economically. So it is kind of on the fringes of society, and it is one of the main locations for your free company, the Wayward Vagabonds. As you arrive in a town, you will notice quite a few. You will notice quite a few things. Mainly the sign of your office. I cannot speak tonight. The sign of the office hanging from the sign is a symbol of the Wayward Vagabonds. Check out our Twitter if you want to see it. Otherwise, I'll just post it in chat. 1 second.
It's a good symbol.
I want to thank Az for making this because I gave a very rough design and immediately you got it, Az. I thought, what?
I'm just, it was nothing. Come on.
Sorry, go ahead.
That was it.
We were just joshing.
Sorry. But yeah, you'll see that is one of your main offices for the Wayward Vagabonds. Um, as you pull up with the caboose, driving backwards, you're gonna notice that some of the the train yard attendants are staring at you, very confused as you roll up. They see you rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I will hop down before it's fully slowed and march over to the employees before they have time to harass me.
Where are you going off to there?
We had an incident on the train. Our cars got separated. I'm not sure who should know, but there's a few dead bandits on the rest of the train. You might want to call ahead to the next town.
Can I get a deception roll from you?
No, that was all true.
You
I said they got separated. I didn't say how they got separated.
Are you
And we didn't say how they were killed.
I'm just telling it like it is.
Are you trying to get me on a technicality here, Jeff?
Yes.
It's like, I'm telling half-truths.
Is your performance that much better?
It's so much easier to lie when you tell the truth.
You're not wrong.
Because you're not
classic
lying.
spycraft. You gotta respect Susie Ann for knowing her limits, you know?
Susie Ann, I'm gonna do a deception roll.
Oh, come on. Can I get advantage because that was weaselly?
I'll give you advantage.
Okay, there's a 16. Yeah, 16.
Okay. Okay. I guess we'll need to clear the carcasses.
Yeah, one went off the train about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 miles.
Several miles.
Several miles.
A ways back.
Just jump cut to like a bird just eyeing the dead carcass.
And we got to go check in with our employers. So if the authorities need us, we'll be over at the Wayward Vagabonds office.
Okay. I don't feel like I was paid enough to do this. I'll be honest. He's gonna look at the other guys. I don't feel like I was paid to move dead bodies. This is weird. All right. I guess I'll get the sheriff too. And
he'll probably just deputize some folks, pay him out of the town budget. Although if they're on railroad property, I don't know. Ven and Gary, what do you think? Maybe they'll have to split the costs.
If it's on the railroad, I think technically it's a part of the railroad company's problem, right? So maybe you contact them and they give you next steps. But I don't know. I'm not in charge.
I reckon it doesn't involve me much. That's all he says.
Just looking for red tape here. I'm looking for as much red tape as possible. I'm like, I think probably contact the railroad. They'll tell you what to do, or they'll send a man. Honestly, you and I, we've all done what we can in this situation thus far.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Vagabonds have some boilerplate filed with the city, to contract for this sort of thing. So you might even see us out here later today.
Okay. I feel like you said a lot of several things, but it really meant nothing.
I only said one thing, partner.
Hey, okay, hold
Gary.
on. I'm gonna bring in. I thought about bringing in this role, and it normally would be for something important. But this seems like it could just be a fun way of exploring this. I'm gonna roll 2d12, and I want Az to give me a bluff roll, and your DC is whatever I roll on these 2d12.
Ooh.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Deception.
Deception. Now, okay.
If you succeed, It will just happen. It's an event basically. It's an event scene. So,
Okay.
all right, you need to get a 13 or higher. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I got a 16, so
I was hoping for a
actually no,
higher
technically
DC.
I rolled a 16. I have a +3 in deception, so I got a 19 actually.
I was hoping for a higher DC for the dice. Y'all, the metal die like you. I rolled a 2. I can't, whatever. You can't see it. 2, whatever.
Dice for the players.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, after you say that, the man's gonna look at you and say, "I completely trust you. I have no reason to doubt you otherwise. I guess we'll just have to go ahead and call on to or call on to local authorities for assistance."
I reckon
Uh,
that's wise.
so basically, I rolled the 2d12, and if you all pass this success, something big happens, or something just happens in the way you want it to happen. It's a my call situation. I call for it, and if I do, I roll them, and that's the DC you have to get.
Good
All
Um,
right.
deal. I like
as I'm
it.
Uh, yeah, that's just an example of it because that felt like a funny moment for him. Just got like, I need no further information otherwise. I'll just take you at your word.
Sounds good to me.
All right. All right. So yeah, they go over to the radio house and they start making some like radio calls if they can get some help moving dead carcasses from this now somewhat destroyed set of cargo chains.
On our way to the office, I'll say to Gary, next time we got to bullshit the officials, I'll just let you handle it.
I'll tell you what I told them. I reckon that's wise.
I do like the idea. If I ever had to do one of these rolls again, and I'm like, and As passes it, and there's like, what happened here? As Gary's just giving me like, we didn't do it. I was like, what'd you roll? 19. They
Yeah,
believe you. No further questions asked.
I certainly have no say in this situation.
All
Yeah, I
right,
pat you on the arm. I'm like, another job well done.
Thank you kindly.
all right. So you go to the WV local chapter there. Second. All right. And you walk in there. It is a small office that, as you walk in, is a combination of like just a normal office and also a local saloon. It is run by the Wayward Vagabonds, but as a side hustle, because every society needs a side hustle, I guess it's also a saloon. Um, but as you walk in, you're going to see people much like yourselves. They're either sketchy looking or there would be by normal society considered weird. Uh, you see one guy who's just like kind of juggling knives. Doesn't have a reason to. He's not performing. The piano player is performing.
He's having
Um,
fun.
yeah. You'll see somebody just like boot scooting out of sequence to the song. Like they're dancing, but it's not to the song. Um, so you're seeing that the kind of those kind of folks there. Not necessarily insane, in case you're wondering. They're just different.
Can
Cool.
we tell how many of the people, like ratio wise, work for the Vagabonds? Like, are there any badges or vibes?
Yeah. So one thing you could tell is, well, one thing you would know is that when you join the organization, you were given a patch to put on your clothing, basically wherever you
Right.
wanted to. So in canon, you all have that patch that you could apply to anywhere part of your costume. Costume?
Mine's on
Outfit,
my
outfit.
vest under my jacket,
Yeah,
so
I
I
have
can be like,
mine right on my lapel.
Uh,
Same.
and I just want to point out that as you are probably Gary's probably one of the weirdest people in here because you're the nicest dressed person in this entire building. You have a
Yeah.
lapel as an example.
Listen, sometimes it pays to look nice. Um, does anyone say anything to us as we walk in, or are we just, the usual?
That's the usual. Like everyone here well, everyone who is a regular here knows you, luckily.
Cool. I'm gonna just walk up to the bar and just hold up two fingers then.
All right, Marianne's gonna come up to you with 2 beers and, hey there, Gary. You had a good adventure today?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down Marianne.
Is Marianne the boss of the office?
Nope, Marianne is the bartender.
Okay. I'll just head back to the office.
All right, 1 second.
While Gary drinks.
Yeah. While Gary drinks 2 beers.
He's a big dude. It counts as
Yeah.
1 beer. They're very reasonably sized glasses, and he's 8 feet tall.
That's
Yeah.
the thing, though. This is a free company hall, so no, these are not small beers.
Oh, they're like big ass steins, and he's
Yeah,
like,
they're big as.
ah.
He's good for it.
I like the idea actually that I walked up to the bar and I sat down next to somebody and then ordered 2 drinks and they were like, "Oh, thanks." And then Gary just like gulped both of them down.
Just
Oh,
instant,
yeah.
just instinct with just.
Yeah.
I just got water in my chin.
Oh no.
Okay. So you go back to the back, scratched into the door of the office. We're not talking about like an official sign. Like someone took a dagger and wrote the name.
Yep.
Is the name Dolly, as you know, as the head of the local Vagabond chapter.
Is this the kind of office where you can just stroll in, or do I need to knock?
It is a. I will say this: the Vagabonds are a bit informal. How likely is Susie just to walk into a place though, like in character?
I mean, she's all about power moves, so she'll usually just walk in unless she knows that Dolly hates that.
Well, you gotta make that call. I will say that Dolly is known for being a bit aggressive.
Okay, I'll knock 3 loud knocks.
Get in here.
I stroll in. What about
Right,
Ven? Are you coming with me, staying in the bar?
I was going to say hi to a couple people and then head back to the office. Good old Dollywood.
Yeah.
Dollywood. No, that's a place in Kentucky.
It's also her office.
All right. So you as you both walk in, you're gonna notice a roughly like 6'4", well muscular like woman sitting at her desk right now cleaning a crossbow.
I'm gonna just say that I followed the 2 of them in.
Okay.
Okay,
Got
you're
him
just
down, kept
holding up your
going.
beers.
Yeah. I probably took one in with me.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead.
I sit down in a chair and put my boots up on the side of the desk.
I'm just gonna say, watching Az walk into this scenario the way you explained it, as makes me think of the scene from The Simpsons where Mo has like 2 knives. I'm gonna pause that real quick.
Yes, yeah. I know exactly the one. I gotta tell you, this is pretty terrific.
Oh man. Side note, no tangent involved. The Simpsons are pretty underrated. They're pretty memeable even to the modern age.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, two beer studs ahead, just walking in. So yeah, she then was like, "What are you 3 doing here? Why is it whenever something's happening to you 3?"
Just thought we'd check in. I'm leaning against the wall next to the door frame.
I pull out my knife and start cleaning out under my nails.
I very casually pull my coat back a little bit so that she can see the scepter hanging off of my belt.
I'm very impressed with you being able to get the mission done. But Gary, you know as well as I do that if you could put a beer down, you better be using a damn coaster. This desk ain't cheap.
I'm holding it in my hand, ain't I?
I'm just saying, like you put that down on my desk, you better use a damn coaster.
I'll take one of your beers off your hand.
I'm just holding the one. I
Oh,
finished
just
the
one.
bar.
I've got a
Cool.
coaster in a pocket, but I'm not bringing it out just yet.
I'm
Hold on.
having a
Let's
having a
call-
sipping beer right now.
let's
Gotcha.
pause for a moment and see what Tess just said. Tess, did you see you have a pocket coaster?
Yeah, Dolly's
Okay.
always like this,
Now,
and
is that
Gary's
in your
always got a roadie.
inventory? How much does
I
that weigh in your inventory?
yeah.
No, I usually just
Uh,
pick one up when I walk in.
Okay, I see, I see.
see, okay. First off, I feel like that's the name of the episode is pocket
See,
coaster. Uh,
I
and you
know
just
what
care
she's like.
and just care. Okay, pocket coaster. Yes, thank you.
Hmm.
We've
All
got
right.
bigger fish. I'm not getting in a fight with Dolly over a coaster.
No, see that's fine. It's just the very concept is like I know how Dolly is, so I'm gonna carry a piece of corkboard with me at all times just in case.
She's like, Gary, you better have a coaster. And I'm like, Gary, I guess.
I'll put away my knife and tilt my hat down over my eyes and just take a little snooze.
I just look at Vin and I give like a thankful nod.
Yeah.
Susie, when in the middle of a meeting, you mind being upfront and attention with this one, or like,
Well, as you know, Dolly, I
uh,
don't usually have anything very interesting to add to these conversations.
I feel like you're just trying to come off like you're not being interesting when you know that you did something interesting on account of, as I hear it, bringing back the third of a train back.
I'll pull
Are
out
you,
a bottle of whiskey from my bag and
Susie? Are you
pop
trying to
it
goat me
open
to ask it?
and take a drink.
Susie, are you trying to goat me to ask more questions where you could just be telling me what's going on?
Well, we decided Gary's probably the mouthpiece of the organization.
Are you trying to power play me there, Susie?
I tilt up my eye hat a little bit and I give her a kind of a what's up look and then tilt it back down.
All right. In her response, she's gonna lean back in her chair and put her boots onto the table. That's my power play. We doing power plays now.
I'll put my feet on the ground and tilt my hat back and sit up a little bit. Gary, you want to fill her in on all the gory details?
No, wait, no, please. Let's continue the power plays. I want to know what's your next move there, Susie Ann.
Gary just says, I'm confused. Do you need me to show you the scepter again, or
We've got a lead on Sal Nussbaum's Secrets Emporium.
oh yeah,
We
I
got
take that little bill of sale and I just flick it onto her desk.
All right, well, go ahead and give me the scepter. I'm gonna send it back to the mission, the mission provider.
Okay.
Unless you want to do that yourself, there, Susie Ann, since you apparently.
Also, we left a few bodies out on the railroad. Don't worry, we left a few alive.
I'm
What?
removing the scepter and the bill of sale from my inventory.
She's gonna take the bill of sales. Like I don't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't. That's not related to the mission. So if you find something, you're welcome to keep it.
I'm gonna put the
Um,
bill of sale back in my inventory.
Wait, don't
but
you want to find out, like, a paper trail who stole the scepter?
well, Susie, who I didn't have a problem with till like 5 minutes ago. I don't see how that's relevant to your mission now, ain't it?
Then you want to take this?
I just feel like we got what we need to do. We got what we needed. I feel like we found a few extra things, and I think that's probably fine if we take them, right? Um, anyway, Dolly, I don't know what you want from us. We got the scepter.
And I thank you for handling the mission with very few bodies for me to clean up. I was mostly just addressing the power play that Susie Ann was trying to pull on me. And apparently you just carry a court coaster with you at all times. But I
Probably just
appreciate
can't be news to you. Yeah. We got through most of those people without killing them. Honestly, I thought we might have to kill more people, but I did not want to, but I thought we might have to. So I feel like we got out pretty slick.
all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Vin was this close and then exercised a little bit of initiative and just bonked him on the head instead.
I'm
You know me,
glad
Dolly.
I'm glad to hear the bodies were not as messed up as I'm gonna have to pay money for. Uh, all
Oh,
right.
speaking of paying money, Dolly.
Yeah. Here's the money. Uh, it's 2,000 gold to split amongst between the three of you.
Holy crap. Okay.
How many
What's
gold?
2,000 divided by 3?
666.666.
Cool. So
Or if you want,
Oh, let's give that extra one back to Dolly as a tip.
yeah,
She's gonna hate that. And that's definitely coming from Susie as another power play
Hell yeah,
for
she
your
is.
troubles.
she's just gonna go. No. You're, things are tougher for you, Susie. And she's gonna like slide it back across the table because apparently it's power play time. Yeah, uh,
Gary picks it up.
I'm just gonna point out the dynamic between you two are weird. Uh,
I'm taking the extra gold piece. That's for me. Gary knows that this is going to go on all day if he doesn't just pick it
Yeah,
up.
no, yep, just handled it.
all
Yeah.
right. I'm saying no, Jeff. No, I'm not actually mad at you. I'm playing the character. Like, I just want. I don't.
So I'll be like, so like we get a couple days off before the next job. We can track down this evidence.
Well, I already got a mission for you if you want to take it. Pays pretty good, but not quite as good as this one. Um, if you succeed, it will pay about 800 gold for amongst the three of you.
Mm.
The new
What's the
mission,
job?
well, there's a town up the road called Amarillo. That I'm by up the road. I mean, about a day's travel by train. Uh, up the Amarillo that's having some issues with someone stealing the potting the planting material. And not only does that, of course, affect that town, but because we import some of our food from there, it's going to affect ours if we don't stop what's going on. So they're asking for anybody in WV who can kind of handle this, basically figure out who's taking these items and stop them.
Is
Is
this
there like
time
any?
sensitive?
In a matter of speaking, things are being stolen, and yeah. Also, the gentleman who paid for this, the town mayor, says that if it's done quickly, there might be a bonus in that involved. So I think it's a matter of just how much you want that bonus.
Is there any kind of like documentation about it? Like, are
Yeah,
we getting like a file folder?
yeah. She's gonna like hand you out like a small packet, basically, of the information.
Cool. Gary just takes it and turns and leaves.
Fair.
I'll stand up and I'll be like, now, is anybody else going to be doing this job? We're going to meet some folks out on the road.
Not likely. In this case, as far as this chapter goes, you three are probably the most capable. So I've just personally assigned this one to you. That's my power play there, Suzanne. Enjoy that.
She just walks out.
All right, Dolly, we're gonna handle getting this. You said it was farming equipment, planting material.
Plant material. Yeah, as you know, it's important that we keep a vegetation growing as best as we can. What with not growing so abundantly. So we got to make sure that the towns around that the towns connected to that track can remain to get their food.
Hmm.
Absolutely understood. We're gonna get on that right now.
Yeah, Gary's
I
hanging
don't-
in the door frame.
Yeah, I'll meet you out there.
Yep,
All right.
and then I head out.
All right, you three got a bit of a free roam moment if you want to do something before heading out. I will say that nothing's going to happen on the road there, so we'll be treated as your long rest. So to give you a heads
Cool.
up.
Is Sal Nussbaum's in this town or some other city?
There is a Sal Nussbaum Secrets Emporium in this town.
Okay, I'll tell you I'd like to get over there before we go.
Yeah, I was gonna drop by as well.
We can go check them out.
And we're going to swagger the fuck in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm picturing like those like flappy saloon doors.
Mhm.
I'm kicking through them.
Any of you want to go around the back?
Uh, I can take the back entrance.
All right. Boom. Crossbows out.
got my
As
hoop
I
box.
go in, it slings off my back and into my hands.
I have my jacket in such a way that my morning star is clearly is clearly visible.
All right.
My hoop box in my hand, but not at the ready. It's kind of like the Y part is at the ground, but I can swing it up if I need it.
Oh,
Gotcha.
and this is an off-duty job, so we got to cover up our Wayward Vagabonds patches.
Yep.
Mine has Velcro, so I just
Yeah, we're like, or we're like the FBI, and we just put a strip of tape over it.
yeah.
So you busted
Cover the
the,
police number. Yep. I mean
I
the
turn off my
vagabond
body
number.
cam.
this a cob apply to the Wayward Vagabonds.
I don't think so.
No.
Listen, I'm not a cop.
I'm not a
All right, but if you were a cop, you'd have to tell me. That's how that works. No.
I know.
cop.
But yeah, so you burst the front door, and in there you will see a rather skinny-looking gnome just kind of walking with some papers. And as you burst the door, it just drops them. And it's like, oh no, oh goodness gracious, this is gonna take forever to sort.
I'll walk around the desk and just shove him out of the way and go further in.
You go further in. You're just gonna walk into what is essentially like a file room.
Yeah.
Hello, my friend.
Excuse me. That's a restricted area. I can't.
I reach out and I put a hand on the gnome's shoulder.
Gonna look at you, this 7 foot tall person.
With
And I
my
start
other
invest.
hand,
Oh,
I'm just gonna hold up the bill of sale.
Oh,
and I'm now rummaging in the file room, just looking for secrets.
okay. You know, you can ask questions, right? You don't have to be.
Punch him in the face.
No, we're not going to punch him in the face, sir. We are just looking around, and then we
Look.
might follow up with some questions. And then I look
Wait,
at
you're
Gary,
coming
I'm
in the
like,
back.
Yeah, I'm with you.
No, you're coming around back.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah, so it's be like.
So are you shouting that from the back?
No, I walk in and I see what's happening, and I'm like, everyone's just ganging up on this. No, my friend here. I'm like, guys, I feel like we can do this without a lot of problems. I did just break into the back of your store. I do apologize for that. We're just gonna look around, get some information, and then we might have some questions.
I mean, you could just, I have a particular filing system. If you could, ma'am, could you please not mess with my files there? I have a system that I use, and if you could just ask me, I will tell you anything if you stop messing with my files.
I would like to roll an investigation check with prejudice.
And for reference audience, if that was too loud, I apologize.
No, that was great. Although I'm not technically the audience, so let us know, audience. Brian, for example.
Thank you, Brian, for the job that you did not ask for. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll. Oh no, you were doing an insight roll. Is that right?
Investigation.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
I got a 13.
And for reference, what are you trying to find and investigate for?
Just like a hiding place, a secret passage, some place that looks like they open it a lot,
I'm gonna give you this through your investigation. You do not seem to find any hidden areas of this building, as far as you're aware. As far as you can tell, everything is just like, if you need information, it's back here where you're at.
Okay, well, there's a lot of junk on the ground before I leave the file room.
I mean, there wasn't before you got there.
Exactly.
You just see him just the man is just on his knees, just staring at the room like, I gotta organize all this all over again. I gotta redo my system.
Gary is going to hand the bill of sale over to Susie Ann and just start scooping up all the papers and just putting them on the desk.
You're being helpful, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll alphabetize. I'll sit there and alphabetize.
Wait, you're our heavy. You're supposed to intimidate.
I feel bad that we've caused this little man so much problems today.
This little man's agent stole the scepter. What are you talking about?
But
What?
I don't think you think that this man is Sal. I don't think this is Sal. I
I
think
No, I
that we
mean
have
this
just terrorized.
organization.
I think that we have terrorized a minimum wage employee.
I don't think he's high enough up for this to be a yeah. We're yelling at the cashier right now. That's not
I listen. Garrison may be many things, but a Karen I am not.
Uh, Hold
while
on.
they're doing that, could I
What?
slink upstairs? Oh yeah, go ahead.
I gotta hold on. I gotta clip that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, is there an upstairs?
It's a single room building, luckily. Uh, but it's like, look, like I'll answer any questions you have as long as you please. I mean, thank you, Garrus, for helping me, but please stop messing with my files. I got a system. It took me 6 months to get it the way I like it.
Gary just hands off and stands
What,
back up.
what, what do y'all want? And please don't do this again. I, I have a system, and I don't like when people mess it up.
It's a beautiful system.
Uh,
We were just looking for more information about the scepter and who it was going to.
Scepter, what scepter?
Some precious cargo headed out of town just recently.
Uh, mm, was that the 4 o'clock train or the 5 o'clock train?
Do we know
Don't
which
play
one it was?
dumb with us.
I, this is a commercial town. Trades go through here. What do you want out of me? I need information to give you information. I don't care. It was the 3 o'clock train.
It was the 3 o'clock. My
I will
friend,
show the bill of sale to the gentleman.
one more time, yeah.
I was like, he's gonna grab it and like put little spectacles on and take a look at it and hold on. He's gonna rummage through the now pile of paperwork and like uh these two things aren't related. Um this is a bill of sale of information about the whereabouts of some folks and the scepter. I mean, I have information on the scepter, but I'm not the one who hired anybody to do that. My
That's fair.
information says that was the Sweeney boys who were doing that one.
All right, and what can you tell us about? You said there were two people that you were selling information on.
Yeah. The bill of sale here is the information. Um uh, it's a family. I okay, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't memorize everything that I have. That's the reason why I have my system the way it is, so I can look it
Oh,
up later.
absolutely, yeah. Why don't we help you try to find the paperwork you need?
This is gonna take days. Did you see this stuff? Could have just pointed to the back room. Do you see the amount of damage she did?
My friend.
This is a dead end. Let's get out of here.
Look, look. I like two of you.
Is there something that I can roll that is like equivalent to luck in D&D?
What are you wanting to do there,
I
Ash?
want to pick up a random piece of paper and see
And
if
see
that
if it's
just
what you need.
happens to be the one that we're looking for.
Well,
Oh,
otherwise, Gary, I say we might be able to just pay him to bring the information to the office later. But I say we go with your idea first because I feel like you've been on a roll lately.
I mean, I like the two of you. In the rest of the scenario, it feels like good cop, insane cop, to be honest.
Thank
Um,
you.
Hey, listen, partner, I ain't no cop. I'm
yeah,
just a friend.
oh no, I meant in like the structure in which the seat has been set, because at this point, you two seem rather obliging and probably could have talked out the scenario, but she's over there just destroying shit, so good cop, insane cop,
Li-
Kind
We're not with her.
I'll go out the back and start drinking.
of uh, uh, okay, look. I'll see if I can find him for more information on this. Give me like a day or two to get this back together. Um, all right, where are y'all gonna be in town for the next few days, or are you going somewhere else?
Well, we're heading on down to Amarillo, but you can always drop by the old WV.
We got
Oh,
friends over there that can take care of it for you.
okay. And my boss doesn't let me give out information for free. I'm mostly just doing that so she doesn't burn the place down. If
Yep.
y'all do me a favor and not tell Saul
Hmm.
Ness about this and also keep her like 50 feet from the entrance at all times going forward, I would appreciate that.
Hey,
Understood.
hey, listen. What's your name there?
I'm Jared.
Jared? You know what, Jared? And I take out a single gold coin and I slide it across the counter and I say, "Now you ain't giving out nothing for free."
It's the
Well,
power play coin. Yeah.
I too enjoy a good power play. I'll go ahead and take that. Thank you, um, for this me being able to justify this as a
That was
discount.
that was the Saul Goodman move of like, now I'm your lawyer. Now you can tell me. Give me $1.
All right.
Otherwise, if you hear anybody else looking for this information or anything else you think we might need or might enjoy, just feel free to, let us know.
Yeah, yeah. When I hear word, I'll send out. I'll probably just send it over to WV because y'all are. It's right, basically across the street there.
Mhm.
It'd be a lot faster in some aspects than sending out to Amarillo. But yeah, I'll
Definitely.
send it out there. And also please restrain your friend. Uh, because if this does it again, I'm just gonna burn the whole building down because I'm just start from ashes.
We respect your need for a little bit of control and a little bit of kind of having everything where it should be, and I get that, Jared. So you have a great day.
Someone want to give me a quick insight check real quick.
Yep. It's a 6.
That's fine because it wasn't a very high roll. You could tell he's serious. If she messes this place in, he will just burn the whole fucking building down.
Damn.
So I'm gonna do a slow perimeter sweep and see if anybody's been following us
All right, I'll let you
or
know.
watching the building.
I mean, people are definitely watching the building. Shit's being yelled at, and like doors are being slammed through. So people are definitely paying attention to the building. As far as you can tell, though, nobody's trying to like follow you at this moment. All right, so yeah, he's gonna get back to you and send word your way to the Wayward Vagabonds. What are you all gonna do at this moment?
I
Do
think
we
we
need
got
to
to
get?
just head to Amarillo.
Yeah, it's a day's travel by train.
All right, let us take.
Susie, I really do appreciate you coming in so hot in there because I feel like without that we wouldn't have been able to get so far. So that was, I feel like, very helpful. They did ask that you never come back, but I feel like we could not have gotten as far without your help there.
And hey,
Yeah, maybe next
You know,
time we go to the Emporium, I'll just stay at the bar.
That
and
sounds
hey,
perfect.
you know what, Susie Ann, little compliment sandwich for you. Maybe know when to turn it off a little bit as well.
Well, see, I was hoping the boss might come by and be like, "What the heck?" And then we'd have the
Yep.
edge on him, you know.
In that
Oh,
circumstance, we
sure,
would have been
sure.
right as rain.
That's
All
just.
listen, all I'm saying, read the room a little bit.
Well, gotta clip that as well. All right. Uh, all right. Let us go ahead. Before we head up to Amarillo, let's take a quick 5 minute break. Um, we'll take use the time to water up and whatnot. I don't know about for you all. It's pretty warm here, surprisingly, so I'm gonna get some more water.
Oh yeah,
Uh, all
man,
right.
it's a
So
hot one.
yeah.
It's a scorcher.
So we'll be back in 5 minutes. Until then, we'll see you then. I could just said Brian.
Laughed as soon as I turned the camera off. That's so funny.
Hey Jeff, I gotta ask before you go. Oh, here he has his headphones off. Never mind.
flowing round. Let's not do Alcatraz. We're not doing Alcatraz. We're on Asylum. So I think the cold open really delivers and says, yeah, we're delivering you mini movies of the week. Here you go. Bang. My second reason, Mark, I'm absolutely on board with you, is the Amy and Rory relationship. So we know Moffat looks at what he's done before and sometimes seeks to address or remedy potential gaps or weaknesses. So season 6 was criticised, who knew, for Amy and Rory not confronting their grief at losing a child. So we take that opportunity, but we don't do it in the obvious way. We look at the fact that Demons Run means that Amy can no longer conceive a child. So we're dealing with that. And I think it's really interesting that we open.
Is my audio okay? I turned on a fan. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, sounds great. Can't hear the fan.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Right?
sounds good.
Cool.
Guys,
Can you hear my fan?
No.
no.
Okay.
There's a super high chance that a cat entered this room without me knowing, so we
Oh,
make it
that'll
a
be a
su-
fun
we make it a
surprise.
surprise visitor.
Sweet.
It's probably hiding.
A fan of the stream.
Yeah.
See, okay, now I'm right. There is an Xbox behind you. I just didn't see that before. So I was incorrect, but I'm still correct there.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Hey Jeff, real quick, is this being recorded, like the session in general?
Yeah, definitely. I've got audio backups and then the video.
All right,
I'm gonna switch us back.
Fair. I just didn't remember hearing Claire.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And we're back.
Bow.
And so I told her, "That's my wife, buddy. Watch it."
Ha ha ha!
I hardly know her.
Ooh. And then I came out with blasting.
I will say my mom remembered that I sleep with a taser under my pillow while she was sewing, so she put taser pockets in the pillowcase that she's making me, and that's not a joke.
That was loud, and I apologize for being loud.
That is
Yo, Tess was right.
crazy.
Tess was right. I never started the recording on Zoom, so I'm gonna do that just so we have another backup.
Yeah.
Recording in progress.
Hi, Claire.
Thanks, Claire.
Thank you,
Okay.
Claire.
Thank you, Claire. And fairness, I think if we need to get it off of Twitch, we can as well. I think there's like you can download off the website or something. I can't remember.
Yep.
So
Yeah, we can grab it.
a little producer talk for our viewers, all
Look
three of
behind
them.
the veil.
Yeah, that's one primary and 3 backups. Well, technically 2.5 because doesn't matter. Production notes.
Otherwise,
You're good.
I just remember everything anyone said, and I'll just write it down afterwards, and I won't miss a single word.
I once had to reconstruct somebody's entire track. I had him re-record all his lines.
Oh no! Oh.
I have had to do similar things to that. That's crazy. I hate that.
Okay. So we're talking podcaster talk. Give me just like one thing, and I swear I'll stop. Back when I was still running Geekus Speakus back in the day, I was the sound engineer. I was basically what Jeff is positioned for this, right? I was the sound engineer, and I did all the editing. And there was one episode, I can't remember what it was. We did an entire like 2-hour episode, and then I found out during editing that we didn't have any of my partner's audio.
No.
Not a single word. It was just me talking to myself for 2 hours in the audio. I was like, great. So I had to have them. They and I had to like re-record the whole episode from scratch again.
Mhm.
Yeah,
was like,
I
am
found
so
out
sorry.
a couple, maybe like a month ago, that on one of my projects that I'm working on, my co-host just her recording randomly stopped like 20 minutes before the end of the episode.
No.
So I just had to essentially wrap our episode 20 minutes early, and it had some weird cuts.
For
I
sure,
can
yeah.
imagine.
Production notes, everyone. It's look, we put our heart and soul to it, and then things go wrong. So
Yeah.
Hey, you
I
know
just-
what? This is pre-Patreon content for you super fans. You're getting this for free.
I would say
That's right. Double dabs.
double dabs.
Dab
Double
on the
dabs for-
haters, yeah.
Double dabs for the. I was about to make a joke. And then
We're
I
getting
lost
there. We're gonna get there.
it. The joke will come to me like 20 minutes later, or like, oh, that was the joke.
Double dabs, also known as double D's? Is that a
We'll
thing?
take it.
All right, sure.
I'll take boob jokes for 200, Alex.
It's the best I got.
Look.
All right. So you're heading out to Amarillo. It takes them about an hour to get a train ready to head out there, mostly because a train has come from the wrong direction. So there has been a delay in the traffic of the train traffic.
Who did that? That's a mess.
That's shocking, is what it is.
That's
Plus
a
they had
wild
to
thing to do.
Plus, they had to put
all
yellow
the bodies
tape
out.
around the entire train.
Yeah, the section off. It'd be weird to come in to find out that a whole train has been abducted, and then they apparently found bodies in the train. So
No,
that'd be a
show
weird
up and
thing.
I'm like, that's wild. I don't know what's happening here.
I-
Who is looking so little for the future train takers that we're not taking care to make sure things are? It's a mess.
Is that
Yeah.
brains on the tablecloth?
Only you get the last two.
It looks like somebody hit this minotaur with a morning star.
Who would do
Imagine
that?
that.
Check out this really cool bolt that landed into this guy. I mean, you can't tell that it was cool, but I just, I assume it was a cool bolt from a cool shot angle from that.
Some master hoopahawker was in here striking down people. Who would do that?
Isn't Master Hoopacker the guy from Karate Kid?
No, it's the guy from Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you and I are on the same wavelength right now. That's exactly what I thought. So yeah, they have to like reroute some trains to get it going. But after about an hour, the trains are available, and you can go and take the train going north to the town of Amarillo. It's going to take you about a day's train ride because they have to stop at other towns along the way. So treat this as a long rest for the purposes of regaining all your health, any spell slots, blah 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 blah.
How much would it cost to get a horse with all its accoutrements?
We have horses.
Yep.
Oh, we do.
We just left them in the desert.
Oh,
No, we picked him up on our way back. I think we.
I will just say you did that for the purposes
Okay.
of keeping the campaign moving and
cool. So they're in a storage compartment somewhere.
Yeah, we don't want to be seen as bad horse owners. Otherwise, the ASPCA is going to come after us as an entire stream, and that's a mess.
and so
Yeah.
are the McElroy fans. They will definitely come for you for being bad horse owners.
We're good
Yeah.
horse owners.
Yeah.
So those are on the horse car. We'll get those on the other end.
Can I make a joke that I would imagine?
I beg you do.
That's fair. Ben has like a big Clydesdale, but Gary has like a pony.
We like
I-
having our heads at the same level when we're riding horses, okay?
Yeah.
That's how you keep that's how you keep eye contact in conversation.
Exactly. It's much more difficult to discuss things when you're so different. We know that from day to day.
That's
so,
right.
for no other reason than communication, I got the biggest horse I can find. We're not going to look too deeply into it.
Also, your saddle has a booster seat.
It's got a booster seat, and there's a small rope ladder so I can get up on it. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
I'd appreciate you not pointing out the faults.
It's because I am a great horseman.
Can I have a centaur?
That feels wrong.
Yeah, that's a
like,
sentient being.
They,
Have
they
is a
hate
bad,
magic, but
bad
my best friend
context
is a
there.
centaur and we like to travel together. That's
Yeah.
a good way to handle it, right?
just imagine like
His
you're on the
name's
set.
his name's Arthur.
Imagine just like running Arthur's back, and you're like, yeah, like you could just say go. I'm right here.
I speak
Hey,
English.
I like real quickly like just did a 180 on this idea. I actually
Instead of have, can we say higher?
no, I
You-
want to. I don't even. I want a normal horse.
The centaur hired him.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
Also-
as soon as we get on the train, I'd like to do a full security sweep up and down, meet the conductor and the engineer, and come on back.
Okay, I'm gonna yada yada some of that because they're all gonna be very confused about you. Just like, all right, you got any weapons on you? Yeah, I'm the guardsman, and all
I
right.
do it with my eyes, not
Okay.
harassing strangers.
A visual scan.
I will say that Susie Ann feels like that she'd be joining the police corps, and if she was a real person, she'd be like, I'm gonna join the police corps when I'm an adult. I'm
Susie
getting that
hates
signal.
cops.
Susie,
Sorry, I don't mean to speak for you, Jeff.
No, it is true.
yeah, she's giving me cop vibes. No, but yeah, I'm gonna yada yada some of that. Everyone's gonna be on the up and up. Don't worry about it. They're all, they're just doing their job basically. Once again, it feels like you're harassing the cashier at a store. Uh,
Is there a dining car on this train?
there is a dining car, yeah, on the
That's what I
train,
was
yeah.
gonna say.
Gary is gonna have this just the smallest cocktail you can imagine in his hand.
It's a lemon drop.
It's a lemon drop. It's a sipping lemon drop. There you
Yeah.
go. And then Ven's gonna have just like a big old huge beer, like this big, about a
I
quarter of
have
his
to use
size.
both hands to lift it up. Don't worry about it. It's one
My
of the
hands
boots.
can't even fit
It's-
in the frame. That's how
it's-
big this fucker is.
It's a boot.
Um. But yeah, so you all, it's gonna be about a day's travel. Unless you all want to do something, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip to Amarillo. But you're also
Sounds good.
welcome to do something. You're also welcome to do something if you want to.
I throw another guy off the train. I'm just kidding.
Just for funsies.
I mean, if there's any hot, handsome men, I will, of course, banter.
Absolutely fair.
Gary is on the train, yes.
Not with my coworkers.
That would be an awkward environment. What's up, big boy? We're coworkers. Please don't.
I think other than my 8 hours of sleeping, I kind of just see if there's anyone interesting on the train. There usually isn't, but I'll investigate or whatever if you need.
For
storytelling purposes, there's no one interesting on the train.
no, I think my question for you in this case is: do you have something something in mind? When you mean interesting, or you mean just in general?
I just mean in general. I think Ven is kind of like, we got a run on a couple different things that we're looking into, but we're headed to Amarillo where we know that this thing is happening. And so I'm kind of looking for anyone who knows anything about what's happening or anyone that's got a lead on something interesting that we can make some money on later.
All right, 1 second. Yeah.
Classic side quest collecting during travel.
Love a side quest.
Yeah.
In real life, I have side quest nights that I go on, and so you cannot fault me for finding a side quest on this. You guys ever done a side quest night? You go to all the places that you always point at and go, I should go there sometime. It's a very lovely time, and you find some great places.
I like that.
I do
quest
that,
night.
but I do that for food. I call them
Yeah,
food
no,
adventures.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
So
same thing.
I'll be like, oh man, this Thai place sounds good, and I'll go try the Thai place or something.
See, exactly. Yep, it's the
Wow.
restaurants that I'm always like, that sounds good, but I'm headed somewhere else. Side quest night.
I hear you.
Anyway,
All right, so go ahead. Give me an insight roll.
I'm using my big one.
Big results. Big results.
That's
big results.
what he said.
It's a 14.
Crunch.
No, look, this is a regular one, and this is the one that I rolled.
All right.
Here, tiny one.
So here's what I'm gonna say, for giving some context, and I'm gonna be like a little blunt about this. One thing that people know is that literacy rates are pretty low. Only larger cities, and this is true in real life, sadly, only larger cities tend to have decent literacy rates.
Yep.
Say that as a frame. I use that to frame the fact that you don't see a lot of people reading for pleasure. If they're reading at all, it's usually just to be like, oh, here's a recipe, or here's a letter that I received from my darling, or whatever, right?
Legally, that is how most trains are. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
My
Uh,
dearest Matilda, I have been 17 days on the tracks pursuing my future as a filth miner. I'm sorry, I
End
ran
of
out of
letter.
stuff.
That's it. Yeah, that's fair.
Dear
That's all.
Dorothy, I write to you on this day to ask you a question of most importance. You up?
That's what I was gonna do.
What you wearing,
you-
girl?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Sorry,
Okay.
continue.
So when you are going across the cars to see if you can find it interesting, what you'll notice is that there is somebody dressed in finery not as nice as Gary's, so simpler, but still nice. And they do seem to be reading a book. But for the purposes of pleasure, you could like if you glance over, it's like a written novel, not a like instruction manual or whatever. So yeah, you will see somebody doing that. They are a forest elf, wood elf. I forgot what D&D calls them.
Yeah.
So they've got like a tinge of green skin and a blonde hair, and it is flowing down to their shoulders currently. And they are, like I said, they are reading a book currently. It looks like for pleasure rather than necessity.
I guess I'll just go sit down and ask them what they're reading.
Okay. They'll look their book down as I'm. Oh, hello. I'm reading the an investigate a historical fiction about the starting of the Church of Lumira. It's meant to be fantastical in its approach about how it came to be post the death of the verdant tree of our world.
Oh, do you worship Lumira?
Of sorts. I'm more of a scholar, I guess. Is the best way to
Alright.
put it.
All right, absolutely. So you're just looking into, how it came to be and how we got where we are.
Well, yeah, knowing where we come from is very important to understand where we are now. I like to read into that.
Oh, absolutely. How's the book going? How's it seem?
Absolute fucking drivel.
Yeah?
This thing is terrible.
What would you recommend for looking a little bit more into the history?
What do you like to read?
I love learning a little bit more about where we come from and where the things around us are from. So if you have an idea of where I could find a little bit more about the history of Lumira, I would be mighty grateful.
I suppose if you want to learn more about the history of the Maya, you could always check out the Sacralum Infatorium. It's their, let me write that down real quick. Sorry about that. It's their main that's their main oh, hey Vendraco, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show, Vendraco.
What's up? We're talking religious historical novels today. So
there's a
if
fun
you have
thing in D&D where I cannot stop from looking into books. I have tried to fix it. I cannot do it.
the Sacrarum Infitorum is their religious text that explains the history of the church, and
Okay.
if you're wanting information about it, that's probably a good place to start. Can you give me an insight roll real quick?
Yep. I was just gonna ask if I could do that. That is a 19.
Yeah. All right. So you could tell that when they're talking to you, they seem disinterested, not in the conversation, but in the subject as it is. Kind of like he's saying something practiced, if you will.
So kind of like someone that doesn't really believe in what he's trying to sell me, but is trying to seem as non-confrontational as possible because he knows that anybody that goes against the church here has a hard time.
Yeah, and he's also just trying to be nice. It's
All
like
right.
that, and also trying to be nice.
He puts on his headphones.
Oh, would you look at that? My new podcast that just got invented because
All right.
podcasts are now just a thing. We're just gonna.
So yeah, I take a note of the book he's reading, as well as what he told me about, because I already know what he's told me about. But I take note of what he's reading, and I kind of move on because I figure that seems like a dead end. But I'm interested more in his idea, because a man that says, "Oh, this is drivel," while he continues to read it on a train, is obviously trying to fit in a little bit in a way that I'll look into later.
All right. Let's get at the book, which is a form of historical fiction, as was described to him, is called Beginning Master.
Thank you so much for this little side quest. Again, I am incapable of not looking further into books when shown to me during a game. Please continue.
I feel like that this is test speaking, not the character. Yep.
It's both. I am incapable of changing that little bit of myself when I make a character, and that's on me.
All right. Is anyone else going to do anything else on this train ride, Morello?
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, I will be attempting to make a liaison with a handsome gentleman, preferably with muscles.
Well, I mean, you
Smart.
could just talk to Gary. He's right there.
Gary's right there.
Yeah.
You don't have to try very hard.
You saying I'm not muscular and handsome? Anyway.
Me, 1 second.
Now I just realized fucking viewers are going to be shipping Gary and Suzanne. And it's like, can we not? Just once.
No, please.
Gary
no,
Ann, obviously.
The only person shipping it right now is the DM, and that's canon.
I just want to also make it canon that every time, if Susie Ann's making advances on Gary, he will every time say, "You got a mighty fine short king right over there."
Give me 1 second here.
What up?
Oh, and she will probably get drunk if it's an overnight trip.
Oh, that's reasonable. You sleep better that way.
Yeah. Gary's getting reasonably tipsy.
Okay, I'll say this.
I got my boot.
So, as people know, I'm going to do. This is not an official veil, but I'm not like the best at romance, so we're going to keep this scene brief. You will be a railroad worker who is currently standing there, who is tall and muscular, and yeah, there you go. So he's going to be working his job currently, as you notice it.
Free room for the night.
Yeah, I'll ask him where the crew sleeps.
Oh, ma'am, that's we sleep towards the back. We want to make sure that the people who pay for their tickets are more comfortable. So
do you guys hot bunk it, or how's that work?
Hot bunk it? What is hot bunking?
Like when it's not your shift, you can sleep in the bed, but then other shift guys sleep in the same rack,
Oh, yeah. We do that. We do it in shifts. Whenever our shift's up, some of us even get off between the different, train stations.
Mm-hmm.
You get off.
And she's like, like fanning her shirt, top buttons unbuttoned. She offers him the whiskey that she's been swigging.
He's
Just
gonna
north of indecent.
like take a swig of it and hand it back. It's like, nice to meet you, ma'am. I'm John Henry.
Oh
Well,
my
John
God.
Henry,
John Henry.
I'll
Look,
be up and down this
Mr.
train
Ford.
all night. So let me know if you want to talk
But
business.
end scene. Sorry, this is where I. That is
holy
not a thing.
shit.
That's not a thing I thought I'd be hearing today. All right.
Artificial game is difficult.
I don't have real life game, let alone artificial game.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Sorry, I was not saying the first
No.
part, but I was saying
No,
the
no,
second
you're
part.
good. Hey, like, there's a reason why I've been single for more than 10 years. It's fine. Like, I get it. All right. But yeah, he will seem interested in you, and yeah. All right. So there goes my fake game. Anyway, Susie's gonna get hers.
Perfect. And then afterwards, she gets trashed and falls asleep in a seat somewhere.
You have a place you have
Oh, we have a cabin?
yeah,
Yeah.
you got a cabin.
It's an overnight trip. I would
It's
hope we
overnight,
do.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like the most comfortable, but it's better than sleeping in pews.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's where me and him, I lock the door while the other two are out, and me and him go to town, and
There's
then
just like a
I
sock
kick
hanging
him
from the
out.
window.
I kick him out.
Gary's like, I could just pull the door off the hinges, I guess.
Yeah. No, they've been through this before. Gary knows that when the door is when these boys are knocking, don't
Wait,
when
rocking?
when these beds are rocking, don't come a knocking.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
I feel like that Gary also doesn't have game, but unlike me, I know that ass has game. So
How do you know this?
I've you're literally ass. Just yesterday, you were describing making out with your boyfriend.
That was a joke.
Oh,
Don't need game for that. Yeah.
He was sitting right next to me, and I thought it would be funny to type that in Colin's chat.
oh. Here's
Because
the
Colin
thing.
was like, I'm going live with a big announcement. And I was like, get to it, old man. Come on.
Okay, like I'll be 100% honest, but y'all tell me things about your life, I just take you at face value because I don't think you'd lie to me.
That's fair.
It's just
Dean,
like
I lie to everybody all the time about
Oh,
everything.
it's not a lie if it's a bit.
Tess, once again, you are technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. So, all right. But yeah, so yeah, one train ride later as Susie gets hers, and you'll arrive to the town of Amarillo. Now, in comparison to Yellowbird, this town is thriving economically. There's a lot more business going here, so because this is, cowboy themed, there's a lot more smokestacks coming out of the different buildings. The town is slightly colder as well, just in comparison. As you come up, you see there's a lot more industry, there's a lot more foot traffic, and you'll see something that you probably have not seen in quite some time, is that there are some actual like green plants in the area. Like you can't compare it to our actual world, but there occasionally you will see just like so many moving pots of Tess.
So there's greenery.
Tess.
So you put that in show talk, but in stream chat, it's the train where Susie gets hers.
Trademark. Don't forget the TM.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we arrive in Amarillo.
And
There's
so,
greenery.
you actually see some greenery, like some buildings will actually have like hanging plants. And that is 3 times into the stream chat. Y'all really like that name.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Some people have hanging plants. As you're coming off the platform, you'll see being pulled by a horse and buggy, or not horse and buggy, horse and trailer, not trailer, whatever, the flatbed thing. I can't remember. Anyway, being pulled by a horse as
Wagon
wagon. Thank you. I couldn't remember the fucking word wagon.
or cart?
Yeah,
Buggy?
but no, buggy is it's
Yeah, buggy's a little more closed in.
yeah, buggy's closed in. It's usually meant to just transport people and might have some room for storage, but it's not really its primary purpose. Unlike a wagon, which that's its primary purpose.
Mm.
I'm sure I'm quoting a Wikipedia accidentally by now. Anyway, um, but in the back of a wagon, you will see like large pots, and in the pots are like trees, like full-grown like fruit trees, limes and lemons and apples, that kind of thing.
Oh my.
Can I go ahead and get a history check from anybody who wants to do it?
Sure. Hey,
I got
look,
0
y'all.
history.
It's fantasy lows.
But I thought you were the author of Wikipedia. You know, Van Draco, that does not sound like something that I would do. I see why you would think that, but no, I'm not the editor of Wikipedia.
I rolled
got
a 6 on history.
I got a 9.
Nice.
Actually, Tess, I'm gonna give this to you because of your background. I'll give you have advantage on this
Yeah.
roll.
Okay.
And I got a 15.
That is a 19.
Okay,
Ooh.
so here's what I'm gonna say. It's gonna be in 2 different parts of information.
Yep.
So for Susie, you will remember that about 10 years ago, the church had blessed this town, and sent them, like ways to grow food, basically, right? They sent them ways to grow food in what is normally a barren land. Then you'll know that this is what's referred to as blessed soil. Unlike the rest of the area that you all live in, where it's barren land, where basically everything is dead, as far as plant life goes, this has been blessed specifically by the church to be to grow seeds from basically nothing. What would normally be like dead seeds can grow actual plants. It's a very and with your Oath of the Ancients, you know, the not only is it like holy ground, so to speak, but it's also like very high mineral levels. Basically, it's like ideal. I don't.
Fertile.
Yeah, it's very fertile. Thank you. It's a very fertile earth, if you will.
So it makes sense that they are stealing the plant material here. Anyway, please continue.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So yeah, with that's what you two come to realize between your 2 roles there. The only reason why that Ven was different is because Ven is has the Oath of the Ancients, which revolves around nature and that kind of thing. So
I grew up on a farm and there wasn't much there, but I was raised knowing kind of what's going on there.
and Gary, your shoe's untied.
That's not good.
Huh?
Don't trip and fall.
Oh, because I rolled very low. That okay.
Your history check is that you remember you forgot to tie your shoe.
I tie my shoe.
Dang it! I forgot. But yeah. So you know, as a part of the mission, which did anyone read that mission packet last night?
I probably did.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we sat at the bar while we were locked out of our cabin and read it.
I've been giving the cliff notes to Susie.
Yeah.
The one who hired you all for this the one who set out the request for this mission is the town mayor. With I'll also give this to your roles, both of you. He actually was elected about 8 years ago.
Oh,
This is the Amarillo mayor.
Amarillo mayor, yeah.
okay. So I guess first place we should go is probably the mayor's office.
That's right. Hey, you think we should put on our city clothes?
I'm already
Right.
in mine.
All right, well, give me a
Sounds
minute,
good.
and I go into the change-in area or bathroom or whatever, and suit up in my red polka dot dress and my frilly tights and white shoes and gloves,
And then
earrings.
you've got like a knife strapped to your thigh just in case.
Well, I mean, I still have my gear, but
Yeah.
All right.
I
So-
grabbed some local stuff to put in my chainmail. I thought about taking it off, but then I'd have to carry it. That's the whole thing. So instead, I just got some of the local stuff and added in to show that I'm with it.
I gotcha. I put a hat in my chainmail. See? How's
Mm.
a hat? Huh? I'm joking.
I put a bunch of new vines. They're all local.
Just
There's some
joking.
flowers in there. It's going great.
Locally sourced, ethically grown.
Yeah.
Are they ethically taken? That is an excellent question.
That is not what
Anyway.
You're propagating.
that
Exactly. They're propagations.
is it
At
ethically
night, I put them in a glass of water.
is it ethically taken? Look, that's not the point.
I specifically look for the ones that fall on the ground, like at Lowe's, how people are like, and they're free. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
that's a very gray area.
Yeah. Um. All right. So everyone gets dolled up except for Gary because Gary's ready to can fly.
He's already
Uh,
dolled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a doll.
And you all head off to the mayor's office.
oh, and
And-
we have our horses. We got those off the train, and so yeah, I stow most of my gear in
Yeah.
the saddlebags.
Yeah.
Mm.
And because this is a Western-based campaign, they'll literally just be hitching wagons for your horses. You'll be fine.
Yes.
No, I say this like it's not a thing that I see when I drive like half hour from my house. There's literally a McDonald's with a hitching post connected to it. I'm not even joking about that.
Hey,
Anyway, so you all go to the mayor's house. This town is a fairly nice town in comparison to Yellowbird. But one thing you'll notice is that even amongst this town, this mayor's office is rather opulent. Now, I want to reiterate one thing. I guess not reiterate. I want to clarify one thing. I never said that water wasn't abundant. Water is still pretty abundant. It's that greenery is gone, right? But what you'll see as you come to the mayor's office, in comparison to basically everywhere else you've been, is that there's a water fountain and grass growing in the front courted area.
Mm. Okay.
the mayor that showed up just long enough after the blessing to show that it was not a fluke and that things were actually going to continue to grow. Okay. Takes about a year for things to grow, 2 years to prove that it wasn't a one-off.
Yeah. All right. I say we just head inside.
Let's do it.
All right. So you head inside. There, of course, there's a front door there. Are you just gonna walk? Is that your new
We'll
fireplace?
give it a knock. We're
I would say.
civilized.
Is that?
We're reasonable
I
people.
mean, about 3
I'm
seasons.
civilized.
I would say about 3 seasons ago, like Susie just burst the doors like, "This is my fucking father room now."
She did not threaten anybody with any weapons. I would say it was a very civilized ransacking.
Tess, I love that you're just like locked into this accent.
If I get
Oh,
rid
yeah.
of it, I'm gonna lose it.
That's fair.
So yeah, I'll open the door and I'll be like, "Hello."
So, quite literally the opposite of what Gary was gonna say.
Yeah, I think you said you were knocking. I'll just kind of open it a little bit.
Oh yeah. I was like, what did I say I was gonna do? I forgot.
Okay, so you go as you walk in. As you open the door, you'll see what looks like a maid walk up to the door, like Ryan's about to grab the handle, and then staring at you with the arm reached out as though she was about to grab the handle that you pushed through.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't know it was like just a normal house. Hey, I'm Suzanne Shorefoot. These are my friends. We wanted to say hello to the mayor, and I'll pop my fan and fan myself.
I kind of subtly point to the Wayward Vagabond badge on my lapel.
Yeah. Come on in. She's gonna open the door, and then the mayor's been expecting you all.
Perfect. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this place, if I describe it, it's what would be this world's considered version of fancy. There are a bunch of indoor plants in here. Has plenty of natural lighting for these plants. As you walk in, you'll see a rather large, and by large, I mean like meh, like you know, the world is still kind of dying, so large and relatively speaking. A tree in the center of the foyer, and it's marble floors, nice shiny marble floors throughout it. Um, and she's going to escort you up the second stair. I don't know what the proper term for this, so there's an archaeology person out there who's going to yell at me about this. You can just kind of mind your own damn business. But as they go into the foyer, they got the two sets of stairs that lead up to the same platform leading to the second floor as you're walking into the foyer. Um,
So I assume you meant architecture.
Architecture. You said
Unless this is
archaeology.
ancient staircase
Yeah,
technology.
I was really interested in what was going to happen
I
archaeologically.
did mean architecture. I did mean architecture. I meant to say architecture. I just made myself a fool.
Glad we all caught that.
Yeah, thank you for calling me out on the show.
I was just waiting to see what showed up.
Yeah.
It was
A grand staircase.
It was.
I thought you were gonna put like, I don't know, a Roman suit of armor up there or something.
Dinosaur bones.
It's well-known archaeologist Kentucky Jack.
I like that.
No, but yeah, I'm gonna say architecture, not archaeology. Jesus, I swear I can speak. And she's gonna lead you up there into the mayor's office. And I'm not gonna explain everything. Just understand that this is a rather opulent house, slash mayor's office. Anyway, as they take you in, as she takes you into the back of double doors, there will be a man behind a desk. What's this? Kentucky Jack. Yes, thank you. And he is, let's see, a human man. For reference, D&D has multiple species, so let's be honest with that. It's a human man. He's got dark hair and brown eyes, and he's got a scar going across his cheek right around here, right on his right side.
Oh, he's evil.
Might be a subversion of trope. You don't know.
I did not name him because I wanted you all to get the opportunity to name him. I want you all to be Lord of the World. So did you? You don't have to, but did you want to name him?
His name is Ven Draco.
I think Ven is too
From
close.
Ven to Ven, we're good.
How about
Ken Draco.
Thomas
Bergeron.
Edison.
Draconius?
Thomas Draconius. Vendraco.
Vendraco is pretty good. Thomas Vendraco.
You know what? Let's do that. His name is Thomas Vendraco. Shout out to Vendraco in chat. Your username is now being used as a character in the show.
Yeah.
His name is Thomas Boyfriend Vendraco. So yeah, he's a rather stern looking man, and the man's gonna like bow and gesture towards the man. He's like, "This is our mayor, Mayor Vendraco." I was like,
hello, Mayor. My name's Suzanne Surefoot, with the Wayward Vagabonds. These are my friends, Gary and Ven.
Gary gives a little nod.
He's gonna nod back.
And I'll put out my hand for him to kiss or whatever.
He's gonna. So you put out your hand. You do this, right? Like, 'cause that's the kissing. So he's just gonna like grab it and just kind of shake it.
Perfect.
Business.
Hello, I'm Mayor Vendraco. I'm assuming you're with the Wayward Vagabonds.
It is all she can do not to say I just literally said that. She smiles demurely and dips her head.
All right. So the mission as it entails that someone's been sealing the holy soil, if you will. I'm gonna cut through the bullshit here. Someone's been stealing holy soil and some of the potting pots that we've been using. Now, a few going missing is one thing, but we're losing quite a lot. And one second. We're losing quite a lot of them, and it's getting to the point where it could be a threat to the vegetation in the area that we're growing. Your job is to find and stop whoever is doing this.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard.
Now, my sources tell me that best place to start would be called the Crescent Moon Inn. Which I should write that down. 1 second.
What makes you think they might be there?
That is what my sources tell me. Also, it's been known to have a few rabble rousers there.
Do you happen to have what's the word I'm looking for? Inventory of what's gone missing?
I do. And he's going to hand you a packet. The packet is about this thick.
Oh shit. That was not in character. Gary did not say oh shit.
He
Are
thought
these
it
just
though.
lists or like pictures?
It is a full inventory list of everything that's been taken, including when I mentioned the holy soil. I'm going to use that as quick hand going forward.
Mhm.
The holy soil is stolen, but not an aggregate amount that's been stolen, but every amount that's gone missing, they do it by the weight as best as they
Okay.
can. So it'd be
Got
like
it. Okay.
approximately 5 pounds or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so
And so this inn, does it have anything to do with like the plant life, or is it just a place where like riffraff hangs out?
It is the place where riffraff like to spend their time.
Okay.
It is
What's the rules of engagement on this here adventure?
Well, that's the other part. Officially, you are not here as Wayward Vagabonds. You're here on vacation.
I take
If
my
we're
patch off immediately.
if
Mhm.
you
Sorry,
are,
continue.
I put my elbow out for Gary to put his arm through, and I flap my fan.
Gary does not.
Ah.
Gary does not even notice that you've done this.
So we're not
So-
here on official business.
if word gets out that I've hired somebody to look into the pony sale, one of two things will happen. People will panic because we are the sole supplier in the area, and people need to continue buying our products. And the people who are stealing it will know that you're here, and will dig even further into the proverbial ground, if you will. So this is a one of say espionage. Now that I may ask, are you all good with subtlety?
Mhm.
Well, I do have +4 in stealth.
She kind of puts one hand down on the desk and leans forward, cocks her hip out a little bit. She says, "I am the picture of discretion, sir."
So 1 out of 3 of you.
I
Uh,
make my way around town just fine. I think we'll be okay.
I am 8 feet tall, but I blend in surprisingly well.
That's true.
I'm just joking. This is out of character, but he'll go, "You're 8 feet tall. Wait, what?" I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Mayor is a dude that says he's 6'5", but is really like 5'10". So he's like, you can't be 8 foot tall.
No, no. I'm 9 foot tall. There's no way that. No, it's just like, good. If you
Never
can,
Draco, I am a Goliath. I don't know if you're familiar.
I am familiar with your kind. He is taking a drink out of cup.
You know what they say about a Goliath.
They're
Big
tall.
shoes.
Big feet.
Very stealthy.
Big shoes, masters of subtlety.
Yeah. None of that was in character. Gary would never. Gary's so reserved. He's a
Um,
gentleman.
Well, unless there's anything else, she looks around at the group and at the mayor. We better get on with it.
yes, and going forward, if you need to contact me, leave a letter in my mailbox. We'll be going through primarily through letter going forward.
Now, before we go, is there a Mrs. Vendraco?
Yeah, her name is Lady Malaise, and
Lady Mal-
That's actually our friend Vendraco's partner.
yeah,
Live, laugh, love.
it's like, no offense, Miss. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Suzanne Surefoot.
Miss Surefoot. I would prefer to keep things business.
Oh, I didn't mean to suggest. And then she heads out sashaying a bit.
Gary kind of leans down. She did mean to suggest.
I'm
sorry.
quite aware.
Do I need to roll
say?
deception on that?
No, because like, it's so fucking obvious.
It was very clear.
Like if you roll deception at this point, would just be like, oh yeah, that me sashaying was totally by accident. And yes, that's not sashaying, but you can't see the lower part of my body.
The
Like,
sashaying could be
Mhm, mhm.
unrelated.
Yeah.
look, she needs to sashay away. All right, that's what she's trying to do.
RuPaul.
Yeah, it's like
I
the
was
one.
gonna say.
It's the one thing I know about RuPaul and the fact that there is a drag race. Uh,
I know one thing about RuPaul. That bitch loves fracking.
what?
Wait, let me be Bob.
RuPaul
love
is
fracking, and if you can't love yourself-
notoriously like in support of fracking.
Well, I guess, in case you're all wondering, that's the last RuPaul Drag Race reference that I will be making in this series.
Don't worry, I can take over from here.
All right. That is a really disappointing. Admittedly, I knew basically nothing about them beforehand, but still pretty disappointing. Anyway, it is stop time for us relative to us because we live in time zones. So we'll go ahead and call it a session from here. I would like to thank our viewers for being here. I would like to thank Boyfriend for being here unexpectedly. I want to thank XB for popping in. Appreciate that. After this, I want to give a quick shout out to Jen's Void, who will be doing community night tonight, playing Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Jen's a good kid. Check her out on Twitch. She'll be streaming here.
She just got
soonish.
signed to
Yeah.
a content creation company.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Risen Rose.
I know nothing about them, but that's a big deal for her. That's a big deal. That's a large investment for her as an influencer and esports person. So, shout out to Jen. I also want to thank Vendraco for being here and then being in chat. Yeah. Hey, if you like what you be here, and if you like what we do here, excuse me, and you want to be in the character in the show, hop into the Twitch
keep
chat.
hanging out. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for lending the name, bud.
Yeah.
And also let us know if we need to cease and desist
Yeah.
using your license.
Yeah. Please send all cease and desists to Elon Musk at twitter.com. Anyway, no.
Send them to Brandoff the off-brand Gandalf.
Hey, that's my friend. That's our friend.
I just said that because he has nothing to do with this campaign.
Yeah. That's like, yeah.
So he'd really love receiving them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Send any and all cease and desists to Grimes. I don't know what she does, but I feel
No,
like
don't
that's
send him to
something.
Grimes. Grimes
Okay.
deserves better.
She
Grimes
handles
got out
our
not
legal.
scot-free. Yeah,
She
she's my
handles
lawyer.
our legal.
I saw her reading the Communist Manifesto on a street corner after her divorce. She's my lawyer.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
okay.
see it in person. She took a bunch of photos doing that to be more relatable after she anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, then send them to the royal family of England. Because like, fuck that. Anyway, if you like what we do here and you pop into the chat, you're more likely to get named after a character. I'm not making that a rule. That's just something that's going to make it easier for me and my players because, quite frankly, if they get a character names can be a pain in the ass sometimes.
I'm making it a rule.
There you
Yes,
go.
tweet about us, share our
Seconded.
clips and highlights, quotes, all that stuff. It helps
Hashtag
us.
Omniversal ESC. If you do that,
Ooh.
do
Get
a
it
hashtag.
trending.
Get it trending.
Yeah.
Get us hashtag Omniversal ESC. We can name a character after you in the show. And I'm totally not stealing that from the McElroy brothers.
Other shows do that.
Yeah.
No one's ever done
Yeah.
that before, ever.
My other podcast does that, so
Yeah.
There you go. I know we did this part at the end, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now. If you want to stay up to date, you can follow us on our various social media platforms. On Twitter, it's at Omniversal ESC. Everywhere else is Omniversal Escapades. Follow us on YouTube at Omniversal Escapades. I'm going to go ahead and throw it off to Jeff. What are you pitching? What do you got going?
yeah, I'm on Mastodon, Blue Sky, Twitter at El Jefe Tacoma, Facebook, and then I also have my space opera role-playing game show. It's called Shattered Worlds RPG. Jamie, formerly of our show, is on that show, and a bunch of other cool folks. We got zombies, we got robots, we got wizards, and
Oh my.
all sorts of jazz. And gosh, is that it? I guess that's it for now.
There you go. Tess, do you have anything you want to shout out?
You can find me on Twitter at Tess is super cool. If you like looking at homemade food, you can find me at Meals from the Basement. I just put out a bunch of stuff about Pi Day and birthday
It
cakes.
looked great, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm making shakshuka, veggies and couscous of my first try at baklava and some flatbread. So check in tomorrow for some updates on that. It's gonna hopefully be delicious, and it probably won't be that pretty, but it will be fun.
Also, real quick, Tess, I did enjoy this video you sent me of other ways of calling it a non-natural 20 into various
Franken
names.
20,
Franken 20 was
Yeah.
it was great. I like that.
20 in the right light, primo.
There was one that
You
I
liked the GMO, the 20 non-GMO 20.
There we go. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Did they do 20 in the street? In the streets?
It's would a dirty 20 be in the streets or in the sheets? I feel like
I think
it'd be
a
in the
dirty
sheets.
one is in the sheets.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
Damn.
I'm not a cop.
I fucked up that joke, guys, and I'm deeply sorry.
I can forgive you for it.
Thank you. I will atone.
And then I know you got some product to put out there to promote.
Oh, do I? Not really.
Yeah.
I'm taking a like a content break right now. But I'll promote anyway. At Cal's Calzones, pretty much everywhere. On Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok. My YouTube, I do Homestuck related video essay projects. On the Scavengers Network YouTube, I do mostly fast food related projects, but essentially anything else that doesn't go on my personal channel will go there. We're trying to revitalize Scavengers Network YouTube, so if you have a series that you want to pitch, we're looking for people. So reach out to us on Twitter at ScavNet, at ScavengersNet. What else do? I have a podcast called It Jams for Thee about Space Jam. I have a podcast called the Biodex Cast about Pokemon and biology. And I do this, but you knew that already. What's something that you don't know?
And if you're watching on YouTube, we're over here at twitch.tv /Omniversal Escapades every other Sunday. Check us out.
What Jeff said. Something you might not know. Check out at Cringe Collect on Twitter for mine and Colin Parker's t-shirt line. The Cringe Collection. There's something I don't plug a lot.
One of the ones is that the one with the t-shirt where it's like you got a Wombus. I'm bad with that.
A Wombus.
Are you talking about Wumbo?
No, it's like my son is a professional Call of Duty.
Yes, yeah. Hang on, I'll find that one. I'll have that be the last thing we say on this.
Because like I saw that, I was like, man, I kind of want that shirt. Uh,
Wait,
I'll
keep
add.
talking. It's gonna take a second.
Okay. I'll go ahead and promote my thing real quick. I mean, I don't really have anything to promote, I guess. But if you want to follow me, you can follow me on most things at Geekestein. I have both. Ignore the dog barking in the background. At Geekestein, you can find me on Threads, Instagram, and Twitter. Under that, those are my public profiles. Feel free to follow them. Uh, at this point, the only thing I post about is me doing stuff in other communities. So, like, maybe one of these days I'll post something interesting on there. That's something I'm doing by myself. Who knows? Uh, and if you do want to pitch to the Cat Scavengers Network, I'm thinking about pitching something here soon. So we'll see. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, it's a good time. I want to thank our hosts for being here today. I want to thank Az. I want to thank Tess, and I want to thank Jeff. I want to thank you all for being here, and I want to thank our viewer for being here. It's been a great time. I have to ask, Az, do you have that T-shirt?
I want to thank Dean.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the T-shirt, it's one of these. It says, "My grandson is an epic Call of Duty,"
yep.
and duty is spelled Doody. My grandson is an epic Call of Duty VTuber gamer, and their wholesome Chungus Peepaw couldn't be more proud. And that's a shirt that you can get from the Cringe Collection.
I will be getting that actually. Thank you.
Yeah. We also we have a
Amazing.
sticker that is it's a candle that says $1.50 hot dog in the Costco font.
If you
Because
change the price, he'll kill himself.
yeah, I came up with the phrase Costco hot dog scented candle, and it was the funniest thing I'd ever said in my life. So we made a sticker of it. What else do we have? Oh, we got the classic Cornbread Gaming,
Classic.
named after my friend Cornbread Gaming.
Shout out to Cornbread Gaming.
Yeah, just check them out. We're gonna upload new designs soon, I think. Maybe. But yeah, check it out. The shout out to Colin M. Parker in the chat. Yeah.
Shout out to Colin M. Parker. Because and I forgot to do this last episode. He appeared in our chat. Colin's a friend of the show, and I forgot to do a call out or a shout out, so that was on me. But yeah,
We're
we want
doing
to
it now.
Yeah, there you go. I'm making up for it 2 weeks later when he's not here.
I'll tell him.
All right,
He's
but I
thinking about him.
appreciate everyone for being here, and we will see you next time in the Omniverse. No, that felt forced. Anyway, see you next time.
No, I liked it.
Bye,
All right.
Chunguses.
Bye.
Bye.